Here we will discuss the topic urinogenital system of leech. Urinogenital system of leech includes two types, means excretory system and reproductive system. The organs of both the systems lie very close to each other and hence commonly called as urinogenital system. Why it is known as urinogenital system? The organs of excretory system and reproductive systems lie very close to each other, means they present near to each other, so it is called as urinogenital systems. And urinogenital system of leech includes two types. First is excretory and second is the reproductive. Excretory helps for excretion and reproductive help for reproductions, for formation of new organisms. First, excretory system. Excretory system consists of segmentally arranged 17 pairs of nephridia. Nephridia is a tube-like arrangements which is help for excretion. So, excretory system consists of segmentally arranged 17 pairs of nephridia, one pair in each segment from 6 to 22. Then first 6 pairs of nephridia are situated in the pretesticular segments 6 to 11 and known as pretesticular nephridia. First 6 pairs of nephridia are situated in the pretesticular segments, means at the beginning region, so it is known as pretesticular nephridia, and pre means starts. The remaining 11 pairs are situated in the testicular segment 12 to 22 and termed as testicular nephridia. First, testicular nephridia. What is means by testicular nephridia? Shape. We will discuss about testicular nephridia. It has horseshoe shape structure. Horseshoe shape is the magnet which look like a testicular nephridia looks like a horseshoe shape structure. It consists of a complicated system of canals. Testicular nephridia, it's made by complicated system of canals. Canals means tube-like arrangement. It consists of 6 pairs ciliated organ. It consists of 6 parts: ciliated organ, second initial lobe, third apical lobe, fourth main lobe, fifth inner lobe, then vesicle duct and the vesicle. So first we will discuss ciliated organ. A ciliated organ is completely enclosed within the prenephrostomial ampulla. Ciliated organ is completely enclosed, means which is present within the perinephrostomial ampulla. It consists of a central spongy reservoir and ciliated funnels. Here is present, in this diagram, here is present prenephrostomial ampullae. And that ciliated organ is completely enclosed within the perinephrostomial ampulla. It consists of central spongy reservoir and ciliated funnels. Prenephrostomial ampullae consists of central spongy reservoir and ciliated funnels. First, the reservoir contains central connective tissue cells which produce coelomic corpuscles. Connective tissue made by 2 layers or 3 layers which produce coelomic corpuscles. The outer wall of reservoir is formed of single layer of cells. The wall bears numerous minute pores. The wall of reservoir contains wall bears numerous minute pores for excretion process. Next, ciliated funnels. This is the diagram of funnels. Each funnel looks like an earlobe. Here it looks like a earlobe. Each funnel is fit into minute pore on the outside of the reservoir. Its 1/4 of outer margin is incomplete. 1/4 outer margin is incomplete. Funnel is covered with outgrowth direct cilia on its outer margin and inner surface. Here is presents outer cilia and also at the site of inner surface cilia is present. In the embryo, ciliated organ has distinct connection with nephridia, but in adult leech it less its connection with nephridium. In the embryo, ciliated organ has distinct connection with nephridium, but in adult leech its less connection with nephridium. Hence, in adult it does not perform excretory function. In adult it does not perform excretory function. Why? In adult leech it has less connection with nephridium. It has become a part of hemocoelomic system and produce coelomic corpuscles. Ciliated funnels become a part of hemocoelomic system and that's why it produces coelomic corpuscles. Then initial lobe. Here is present initial lobe means starting ridge, starting lobe. The initial lobe is long, transparent, cord-like structure. This looks like a cord, elongated, rod-like structure. It is coiled around the apical lobe. Its posterior end joined with the main lobe. Its anterior end runs into testis sac and the blindly near the perinephrostomia ampullae. This is the initial lobe joined with inner lobe and looks like a cylindrical means tube-like arrangements. This is the apical lobe. Next, apical lobe, the posterior limb of main lobe continued to form stronger lobe called the apical lobe. Initial lobe and then initial lobe joins towards the apical lobe. The anterior end of apical lobe is curved bent like a walking stick. Next, after that, main lobe. Main lobe forms a main structure of nephridium. It is horseshoe shaped. It consists of two unequal limbs, the longer anterior limb and shorter posterior limb. This is the apical lobe which is present. First initial lobe, second inner lobe and third apical lobe. Then main lobe. Main lobe forms the main structure of nephridium. It forms main structure of nephridiums, looks like a horseshoe shape. Two unequal limbs contains longer anterior limb and shorter posterior limb. Next, inner lobe. It is narrow and runs between the anterior and posterior limbs of main lobe. It also runs forward, outward to the apical lobe about half of its length. Next, vesicle and vesicle duct and vesicle. In this diagram, this is the vesicle. Inner lobe, apical lobe, initial lobe, then anterior lobe of main lobe contains two lobes, posterior limb of main lobe and anterior limb of main lobe, which is we discuss. Then inner lobe opening which contain intracellular canals. That vesicles open into vesicle. Here it contains chamber for temporary storage. A narrow vesicle duct arises from the anterior limb of the main lobe. Vesicle ducts run posteriorly and opens into a large vesicle or bladder. That vesicle ducts runs posteriorly and opens into large vesicle chamber or also called as bladder. Vesicle is a large oval sac or bag with non-contractile thin wall. It gives rise to short duct called excretory duct. Here storage some amount of excretory product. Excretory duct opens outside through rounded aperture called nephridiopore. This is the vesicle and excretory duct which is open into nephridiopore. This is the nephridiopore. Then second, pretesticular nephridium. First 6 pairs of nephridia are termed as pretesticular nephridia. First 6 pairs of nephridia are termed as pretesticular nephridia. They are located in segment from 6th to 11th. Because of this location, their structure lack testis sacs, perinephrostomia ampullae and ciliated organs. They are located in segments from 6 to 11 and because of this location their structure lack testis, sacs, perinephrostomia ampullae and ciliated organs. Rest of the structural features are similar to testicular nephridium. Then central canal of nephridium. The cells of initial lobe, apical lobe and inner lobe process intracellular canals. All these intracellular canals open into central canal which originate from anterior part of apical lobe. In this diagram, here contain that inner lobe contains central canal. This is intracellular canal, and this is posterior limb of main lobe which contains also canals, helps for transfer of excretory product. Central canal takes a complicated route through all the lobes and receive their excretory products. Central canals takes complicated route, means they form complicated route through all the lobes, means inner lobe and main lobe and other lobes, and receive their excretory products. Finally, central canal enters into vesicle duct near the anterior limb of main lobe and discharges its all excretory products into vesicles. That central canal opens into all excretory products start from initial lobes, starting from initial lobe towards ends towards the vesicle, and who helps for transferring that excretory products. There are presence of central canal, intracellular canal. So from this duct, excretory product move from initial lobe towards vesicle, and from vesicles they excrete throughout the body from nephridiopore, that is from excretory duct. Then physiology of excretion. Ciliated organ is completely separated from the nephridium in the adult, hence it plays no role in process of excretion. Ciliated organ is completely separated from the nephridium, means which are not the part of nephridium in the adult, hence it play no role in process of excretion. Means cilia is not ciliated organs which is not play role in process of excretion. The nephridium without considering ciliated organ is called nephridium proper. Means without ciliated organs, nephridia is called nephridium proper. Nephridium proper is truly excretory in function and serves to excrete excess of water and nitrogenous waste. Nephridium proper is truly excretory in function and excrete excess of water and nitrogenous waste. Leech is ammonotelic animal, that is excretory product includes large quantity of ammonia and small quantity of urea, means ammonotelic. What is meant by ammonotelic? Ammonotelic means which excrete the large quantity of ammonia and small quantity of urea. Nephridium is supplied with branches of hemocoelomic channels. Gland cells of nephridium separate the excretory product from hemocoelic fluid. Gland cells of nephridium we separate the excretory products from hemocoelic fluid. The excretory fluid is finally collected in the vesicle of nephridium. The excretory fluid is finally collected in the vesicle of nephridium, which is the bladder, and from vesicle it is eliminated outside through an aperture. And which aperture? Nephridiopore. Apart from excretion, nephridium also perform function of osmoregulation, means which is the excretory route who helps for function of osmoregulation, that is keeping exact balance of water in the body with respect to surrounding. It is thought that botryoidal tissue also play role in excretion, which is the excretory organ which also play a role in excretion.